So we are standing here in the retention basin. This is essentially like a little soccer field or a place to throw the football around. And you can see the height of these walls. I mean, the way we designed this, I'm 6'2". This stands well above me here. The whole point that we went a little deeper, again, as we're running through the calculations, one of the main goals of this project with our house was to create a very level lot, right? So there's this gradual slope, and then we have French drains that all feed into here. So when we have a massive rainstorm, yes, this will fill up, but then it'll dry fairly quickly, and it becomes also another bonus area for our kids. And so one thing is we don't want to plant in the street, right? Even though our street will be pretty quiet here in the community. But what's kind of nice is we have this deep pit here, and that one's almost the same. I mean, that one's about 5 feet deep for the in-ground trampoline. So we have that built out. And then we have the staircase, so we have access point here. And we're gonna have lighting. So you're gonna have lighting on either side of these columns. These will be built up, staircase coming down. We're gonna have the same thing here. And then up top, although you can't see it here until we go above, but we're gonna have some trees planted here. So we have a tree here and a tree there. We're gonna put some olive trees in most likely. So we're working through design of the landscape design with David Creech and with Dan from Landscape Resources. They're working with us on this project. But the whole benefit coming down here, as you can see, is the way we designed this. Originally, I think it was 3 or 4 feet. But as we looked at the civil, as we looked at the amount of water that's gonna be coming in and ensuring, especially with some of the plantings that we have, some of the greenery we're putting around the property, that we wanted this to be a little bit deeper. And so you'll see that we have the waterproofing in. I mean, you can see here the pad. So what ends up happening is we'll do the masonry, we'll put in the waterproofing, and then this pad gets installed against the waterproofing. And this protects it. You can almost see, if I peel back a little bit here, you're gonna see that there's that waterproofing. And so that protects it from getting damaged as we backfill. And then now as we work through, because the one thing is we wanna make sure that we have capillary breaks. So from our footings of the masonry walls, so as we go vertical, we do that capillary break. And that creates a barrier so that we don't, masonry, concrete is very similar to, like, think of a wet paper towel, that if you stick a towel in water, a paper towel, that water begins to saturate and bleeds up right into the paper towel. Very similar with concrete and stucco and masonry. And so if you have that capillary break, it prevents that water from getting saturated and sucked up into the wall itself, which creates, calcium buildup, efflorescence that you see. And so that's why it's really important that we are doing the capillary breaks, that we have the waterproofing done properly, so that over time these walls do not fail. But you can see how clean it is. The graders came in, it's very compacted. And over time we're gonna work on the final details here. You can see all the weeps coming in for all the water. We have some French drains coming in that'll bleed into this. And then we're gonna put fake turf, artificial turf down here. So again, no maintenance. It's gonna be nice and clean for the kids to have an extra space to run around. They can jump on the trampoline, come in here, come to the pool, come down here. And so most of the year in Phoenix, I'll be using this space, but we're gonna take you up top so you can kind of see what this looks like on the view down low. So now up top, again, one of the points made is if this was real grass, how are you gonna get your lawnmower down there, right? I mean, I guess you could create a ramp, but the whole point is not to have to carry your lawnmower down below. You're gonna have turf. Plus, we're looking at doing something that's a little bit less maintenance. I mean, as far as the turf itself, it's pretty low maintenance, but we do have a lot of greenery and landscaping and plants and trees, and so there will be quite a bit of maintenance from our landscape teams. But here we have we're gonna have a tree right here. So we have this planter built. And again, we're gonna have the staircase here. So you have a staircase coming up. This is gonna be the deck that has the width appropriate so that we can have these chairs, a little railing behind us to protect us from falling. And again, if you wanna lay out, or the kids, having daughters, if they wanna lay out. And then our little ones that wanna jump in the pool, they have that access. And so this was designed, and it's kind of a nice little showpiece too, that we're gonna have some water features coming out that kick into the pool. So you get that sound ambiance into the pool. And then over here, you can see our retention basin is a little bit smaller. And this is for the trampoline. And again, if this gets too high or fills up, then we have an overflow that takes us down to the soccer field. So by doing this now, we mentioned the pool house in a prior video. We have the sport court over here. That sport court can stay pretty flat because we have French drains that bleed it into here. There'll be just a minor crown that you won't feel, but that allows the water to slope and then drain here. And then on the front, something we're doing that's a little bit different too is a lot of times in these communities, as we mentioned, you see this bowl, and we're actually gonna build it up so that we have a mini a mini little retaining wall so that we have this flat entry. So everything's square, rectangular, perpendicular to the house, and nice and clean as we finish the entire build.